man. But we are here borrowing money to other countries, and our children are in the house because his children is abroad schooling. They're all in abroad schooling, and everybody, the youths are here. Tomorrow you say they're Yahoo boys. They are more than Yahoo than another the youths they can see in the streets. That's just the truth. Ebonyi State Governor is a madman. Quote me, Kelly Dixon.
The Ebonyi State Governor said federal government can't pay us, can't borrow money to pay us. But I believe that we are in the greatest, how will I call it, in the history of the country. This is when the country is owing so much debt, right? So much debt that it has gone over 200% from the debt the country was experiencing before this government came to power. Now, looking at those figures, looking at those facts, in the midst of those whole problems, in the midst of those borrowing to service the country, in the midst of the fact that we borrow to service budget, what that means is a country where we don't have money, we set a budget that is above our income. Imagine you're doing a business and you spend more than you earn. Will that business grow? I'm a business person. The business will crumble. We as a country, we borrow money to pay salary, borrow money to feed people, we borrow money to give to certain people and distribute to themselves, and they use the money anyhow. And we go to borrow more. And the worst of it that is so heartbreaking and so disheartening is the fact that Nigeria gave out cars worth 1.14 billion to Niger. The facility, go on internet and check the quality of that car. If you have not seen the quality of that car, you don't know how heartbreaking it is. The quality of that car is the quality of a car that a governor is supposed to be riding. That's what they gave out to Niger for security. I don't think any security agency in this country has such facility. Down to the highest hierarchy, they don't have such facility of car, even for the chief of staff allocated to him. But they borrowed money and gave it to Niger to service that, but they can't borrow money and service education. I wouldn't want to answer a yes or no answer, but in between the things I've pointed out, we should have the answer. Because the more countries like Seychelles has 92% literate. You can check about their country, Google about their country and see how they work. A country where we still have people below 60% literate. You are leaving people out of school. What do you think of crime? What do you think of more corruptions? What do you think of more insecurity? There are young people on the street and there's nothing to engage them. What are you going to do to them? People graduate from school, they don't get jobs. The government will come out publicly to tell them there are no jobs, and the ones in school are not leaving school. Man, I guess I'm done.
I'm not surprised that he will say so, because anything that concerns ordinary man in this country will be put to scrutiny and questioning. That is the problem. But if it's a thing that concerns them now, they know how to go about it. They know how to go about it. But federal government have been going outside the country to foreign lands and borrow. They will put together the money they have borrowed so far. It's alerting. But when it comes to education of the poor man, oh, they will say they want everybody, they want the general citizenry to be in perpetual poverty and slavery, so that they can be ruling, so their wings can be developed more. And when you see our penury and poverty level will develop their wings to fly, to do anything they like. So let him say so, he will say so, and more of it we are expecting from them. So if we borrow to the development of our children now, is it not better? Would the children not be developed to the stage of even repaying that money? In other climes, in other countries, there are banks that are being established for students to borrow, to train themselves, to pay school fees and all that. But that one is not fashionable here. It's quite unfortunate.
The university is for everybody. Who says the university is not for everyone? Why did they build the university? Can you say food is not for everybody? If you don't eat food, why will you survive? If children did not go to school, how would they know what is going on in the world? They must go to school. You must learn how to write. You must make your parents proud. That's the same person that say the university is not for everybody. Children is going to university. Is it because that he has the money? Poor people also go to university. If you go to most of these universities, you are saying that most of the people that are there, they are poor. It's because their mothers struggle, go to farm all this to make their children to have something. But still yet they will feel it's good, they will not give them work. That's what you are seeing everywhere. It's going, scatter all over Nigeria. So what we do, we need to put our head together that make the country to be all right. We need to join our together. We say this is what we want.
To me in person, with that statement, ASUU is under federal government. Abi, it's not state government. Projabisa, ASUU. So federal government can still borrow money to solve ASUU problem because it's nationwide. It's not limited to one state. But if he's saying that the money is on ground that can be to resolve the problems, that one is understandable than to go and borrow. You understand? Because to me, I believe that with what I have knowledge on ground presently now, I even write a proposal, you understand, which I said, if they should allow me to handle the area of ASUU, the payment will be made within 72 hours. If they should allow me. And I link the matter with the ministers of health, you understand, the present ministers of health. I link the matter with the Inspector General of Police. I link the matter with the EFC's chairman, you understand, and the Attorney General of the Federation, even with the presidency. That by me, you understand, with what I knew on ground, the ASUU money can be paid within 72 hours. If I should be allowed, you understand, if I should be allowed, it can be paid 72 hours, ASUU, even beyond their expectations. And the student can resume within 72 hours, and to be announced 72 hours, than delay. So with a statement, definitely you might have seen that with the money is on ground, why should they go and borrow money? But if there's nothing like that on ground, to them, you understand, not to people like us that we know the depth what is on ground. I can say, well, what I have said, there's not about